a company we started, me and the friends, and we provide digital solutions to companies and organizations. So that's what I do. So I think I'll just jump in. I think Rachel, let's go to the next one just to yeah. So guys, so today's topic is really simple. Like, okay, not necessarily simple, but it's crafting a captivating portfolio. So it's a really a good topic because it's as month. And so one thing I would say is one thing you have to really understand, what's a portfolio, like what's a portfolio for you, like what's really a portfolio. So I'm going to leave that. So that's portfolio is a curated collection of accomplishments. Portfolio showcases portfolios showcase capabilities, track progress, and support applications for jobs, funds, funding, and education. So I'm just going to dive into. Oh, before I even go ahead, so I'm going to present for 1 hour, and then another hour will be a Q&A. And then you guys, if at all I talk too much, guys, you can, if at all you think I'm really moving faster, you can let me know. So you can go to the next. So yeah, what a portfolio is. I'm going to leave that to you guys to find out what a portfolio is. But this is for me, this is the simplest definition I can really come up with. So I'm going to really tell you a story about how I've been crafting and how I've been able to craft a portfolio for myself. Hello?
Pius, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Yes.
Yes, I think you remove the video so that the network can stabilize it.
Okay. I
Mm.
just okay like that. You good?
Sorry. Yes, that's okay.
Okay. So guys, I'm going to Rachel. Rachel can move to next. So guys, this is where you get your popcorn. And let's start. So crafting a captivating portfolio. So guys, I'm going to share a brief story of myself, of how I've been able to craft. Okay, so how I've been able to, as like how I've been able to gather enough uh, logos, to call them logos, and how to I've been able to collect and come up with a better portfolio for myself. And then I will show you also strategies for freelancers to land dream jobs. So crafting a creative portfolio. So I'm going to take you back like where it all started from for me. So I'm an arts major. I I'm an arts major, so I did industrial arts. I went so I did industrial art at my major into communication and design. So I'll say something. So so basically, I'm going to share my story of how I have been able to be to have an amazing portfolio for myself and for my company and to be able to stand out as well. So I am a communications major, so things started up as um so guys, it starts with like finding what you really want. So for me, I really like taking pictures. I like telling stories. So that was the first thing. I like creating stories, and first thing I decided was I need to go to another school at least to learn the language of how to communicate and all that. So I just went to a design school, studied for almost three years. After 3 years, I think during the 3 years, I interned as a full-time designer for 3 years. And after grad, I left because it wasn't really a thing for me. And after that, during that time I was doing the internship, I really learned a lot of the business, the corporate works, and all, how um, how the business necessarily really works, like to be able to show up at a 9 to 5 every single day. So learned the corporate culture, how the companies would work, timekeeping, guys. Like I learned a lot. So after that, I graduated. After graduation, I just stopped going. So guys, you might really wonder why I'm telling you this story, but it later on will link back to why you need like why I was telling you the story to link back later on. So after graduation, for me, I just quit. As other people are looking for jobs, for me, I just quit. I started. That's when life really starts, like a freelancing life, and so that's how it really starts off as a freelancer. So I'm a photographer, photographer and videographer. So that's how everything really starts for me. And um, just a minute. Actually, before quitting, friend was already a photographer guy. I'm going to quit. Okay, is that job? So you weren't happy with the previous job. This something let's work with this. So I quit my job and started. So now imagine you're being so used to with your 9 to 5, and then now you're here quitting a job and you don't know what's really next, but all you know it's going to work out. And so I started the journey of freelancing. I kept on showing up with friends. I actually volunteered with a lot of NGOs. So I volunteered with a lot of NGOs, and that really exposed me to a lot of like people. I should say I worked actually with volunteering with a lot of. It introduced me to embassies because we could, the organizations working with, there were sometimes there were embassies that would work with the organizations. So introduced me to working with embassies, NGOs. I really understood working with people. And also, so I don't know you guys whether you are familiar with BPU. It's a breakdance project Uganda. It's a sharing home. So it's like a community non-profit. So everybody shows up and people sharing skills like poets, musicians, and photographers, videographers. It's like a more of a community for people to come in. So almost like 3 years. But what really helped was because I don't have a job, I just keep on showing up. There's this center, like hub whereby people meet, people from Kawente, people from everywhere, all over town. We just meet up and we just ideas. And then during that time, what I was doing was I was taking photos still and doing photography as well. But one thing I usually did was take the photos, edit them, give them to the right owners, and the right owners used to make. They were the marketing right for me. I used to give the photos to the people that we shot, and then these people will later on make the name and maybe post the images, and then that's when they get to like who did the images. It's Kivazi. Okay, come to Kivazi. Is this assignment here? Could you do this? So yeah, I kept on doing that for almost like a year or two, doing that, just freelancing, just gaining them, just toughening this skill, as a freelancer. So moving from there, then how I learned to. So through that, I think uh, I meet friends who are working into advertising. But remember, I'm really talking to friends, like guys, in case you have anything up there, any jobs, please hit me up. Let me know if at all you have any jobs. So it kept on growing like that. I went for a point where I worked with Untitled was a communications firm. I learned so much about like communications, learned how to like also tell compelling stories, and remember these jobs are not really paying that much. Remember, so fast forward, I talked with there's a friend who was working with an agency. So one time they called me to hey Kivazi, are you free? Could you come through? There is a project we would like you to fill in for us. I think they had hired a photographer, and then halfway the project, I think the photographer bailed, or they wanted more images, and then we couldn't afford the photographer. So that's where I came in, and then did the work, and then it was really amazing. So that's how I get into, let's say, advertising, actually, agencies. Now I work for agencies for almost like 2 3 years. that. So and
Excuse me,
move.
Mr. Shivazi. Could you speak louder or
I
get
work with
closer to the
agencies,
microphone?
but remember every stage that I move into, like let's say every organization, every person that I work with, I'm making sure like these are friends. Actually, every place that I went to, like every room that I walked in, I made sure I made friends, guys. Like I made sure I made friends because it was because making a friend was the only guarantee I had for the next assignment, for the next job, and also like showing up every single day. So
Excuse
moved on.
uh, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. And
You speak louder or get closer to your microphone. Some
okay,
people on their devices can't hear you well.
okay. So how about,
Okay.
it's great. Hello, you can hear me. I think you can hear me. I think yeah. So
Yes, I
guys,
can hear
that's
you.
how I landed in.
In case someone
Okay,
doesn't hear you, raise your hand. But now it's better. Now it's better. Maybe you just need to get closer to your microphone
okay,
or speak loud.
okay. All right. So I get into advertising. And, that's how I get like I think I have only now one agency I'm working with. At least it's guaranteed for a job, but still they call you in when there's only like a small jobs, not bigger ones. They call you in like small jobs, but still I had to show up. So and another thing actually is that to volunteer work, a lot of volunteer work. Oh my god, it's a lot of volunteer work. If at all I show you how many logos I collected through volunteering, but the good thing was like it really exposes you to how to work with NGOs, how they really work, and um, it exposes you how to work, know certain fields, and then because now every sector that I moved into, like every area, let's say agencies, I knew how agencies really operated, how they pay, how they work, how they hire, how they communicate, how they do everything. So I made sure like I learned every single thing to every step, to every room that I walked in. So after that, volunteer work, I did a lot of that. And another thing, what really saved me on the journey of freelancing, I think, was recommendations. Guys, I got a lot of recommendations because every single person that I shook hands with made sure like you have to like be honest. Like so, and I, I don't know collecting logos because that's what I wanted. Like, collecting logos and I'm shaking every hand that I can. Every hand that I can come across, I'm shaking that hand and I'm making sure, please, not necessarily please, but I'm getting their phone number and I'm shaking every single hand. So moving forward, recommendations actually. So one thing I would say is most recommendations came actually from friends, and these are friends that would say, "Oh, Kibas, you do this, come through, do this," and I made sure I did the best. I showed that I always showed up on time, always showed my professionalism, uh, you know. So and so for that, anybody say something? Okay. So for that, actually, it exposed me as well to the corporate work as well. So the recommendations, actually, I can remember one person. I think the first money I made through a recommendation was through a friend, actually. So it's a friend, it's a photographer, actually. Uh, he wasn't around for, I think he was going to the US for residency. He calls me, Kivazi, are you available for next week? I'm like, yeah, sure, I'm available. So I showed up. So this was a job that really, guys, like this is like I think 10 years or 10, like 8 or 9 years ago. So if somebody calls you for an assignment, they already bargained already. And remember, this is your biggest paycheck. And somebody just recommends you and trusts you to just go do the work. I just woke up, just went, did my work. I think it was around midday. The person who recommended me calls me, hey dude, where are you? I'm at work. The one you recommended, okay, why is everything okay? Like, yeah, everything's really okay. So I asked, what's up? He says the client called me saying you really showed up early and you're giving them ideas and everything. Thank you for showing up and thank you for not, you know. bailing out, like saying. So actually, those people ended up in my class for like even like 3 or 4 years after that. Um, after that, I think I had a lot of referrals, actually, a lot of those from that. So another thing as well we need to work on, I think, for me, that really makes sense was a lot of personal branding. Like guys, every job that I had to dress up. You know, it's like if I was showing up for a football match, I dressed up as a footballer. I was going for a conference, I showed up as if I was a guest. You know, so it really got back to me like building the muscle, and I showed a lot of weddings. I exposed myself to a lot of like as a freelancer. Remember, you don't have the luxury of being picky. You can't be picky. Like you just have to show up every single day. You have to be accessible. Like, your feelings. You have to be able to teach and show up. So shot a lot of stuff, and fast forward actually, um, I collaborated a lot with a lot of photographers, and I made sure I was really professional. Professional, I mean, is really know who your boss is. Like when somebody recommends you for a job, I know some of you have, let's say, a lot of qualifications, you have degrees and all, but somebody hiring you doesn't have anything. Most people are like even senior 4 certificates. That's how they can go senior 6 certificates and have a bachelor's and all. And when you show up for a job, think you're better than your boss. Guys, don't do that. You're not better than your boss. You're not better. So I always stood my space, always, always. And I think that has really helped me so much to the point to where I'm at, that I really understand who the boss is, who my boss is. I know when to speak and then when to keep my mouth shut. So I did a lot of collaborations actually to the point that most people would send me to their jobs, like go deal with it, send straight to the field. And they weren't really afraid of like maybe Kibas would back about us. No. So I did a lot of that, and yeah. So how do I land, let's say, jobs that I have now? Let's say the clients that I have now, and how do I land those? So basically, guys, you have to get a lot of friendships, guys. So why I was there telling you my story is it's been a journey for me. I feel freelancing should be a journey for you to finding yourself, finding what you're really good at, whereby you're going to do every single thing there is. You're going to field because it's what I really know more. But still it applies everywhere. For my profession, just change to your profession. I think you can change to something else. Another thing um, was
Yeah, as Chivazi is coming back and fixing his sound, there's something he's talking about which is very powerful. It's part of the curriculum that we use for the freelancers, something to do with first serving as a volunteer. I think 60% of what Shivazi was talking about really has something to do with volunteering. If you hear his story, me who was trying to listen, immediately after school, much as he was working on his $5 freelance gigs, he was volunteering with embassies, taking photos with NGOs, community things. And from his story, that's how he was able to get exposure. But then also I liked the part of him joining the corporate world momentarily so that he can pick how the corporates work, the work ethic, and it is in line with the career journey, the cycle. I think his story is like a perfect manifestation of the career cycle, where you volunteer, offer your services, but then you get exposure and friends. Then you go in the corporate world for you to catch a work ethic. By the time you enter freelancing, you are loaded. I think he has gone through what we can call the career life cycle. And everyone, if you can listen keenly, everyone has been hinting on that, the power of first volunteering and then also getting exposed to the corporate world before you fully become a 10x freelancer. Chivazi, are you back? Your microphone is still muted. Oh, you are still working on the sound. Yeah, but as he's working on his sound, I think we can keep the conversation going. Me personally, I feel these are things which I love, so I'm being tickled. But if there's someone on the call who wants to contribute to the conversation, maybe even you feel you have the same career journey, you feel where you are, it's as a result of not just what you got from school, but also volunteering, getting exposure from the corporate world. You can write in the chat. Chivazi, you are back?
Yeah, I'm back. Yes.
Okay. You even sound different now.
Okay.
Kale, let's go. Let's continue.
Okay, so where I stopped
Yeah,
was where did I stop? I think I stopped where you don't have the luxury of being picky. Yeah, one thing is you have to do as many jobs you can put your hands on to. You have to do everything there is for you. Because for me, I feel it's been part of my tool belt. Let's say my tool belt, like whereby I have a lot of skill sets. Like I can shoot video, I can edit photos, I can do comms, I have a lot of skill sets. Like guys, one thing I can really encourage is like learn as many things as you can. Like learn as many skill sets that really complement, like that are really part of your ecosystem. If at all, because we tend to see jobs and we let's say there are jobs whereby you tend to apply and then there are like what? Let's say like 100 people that applied for the job and it's the same format, it's the same everything, same qualification, same everything. But one thing is that's going to really separate you apart from anyone is like your skill sets. Like other skill sets you have, you bring on the table like than anybody else. You know, so I think for me working with, let's say with embassies, working with NGOs, international and local, volunteering with events, it really exposed me to like the art of creating itself, like the art of like, you know, being whereby I used to work with it, like let's say with every photographer or with every artist. I've been on film sets, been on like everywhere, like been all over the country, like documenting, shooting, and so it gets to a point where by now, when you're in the field, you're that one Swiss Army knife. You know that Swiss Army knife, that pocket knife that has a screwdriver. It has it has a lot of things. It has a bottle opener. It has a champagne opener. It has a lot of things. So you have to be that to stand out in this, because we are in a gig economy, guys. We are in a gig economy, and the only thing you can rely on is what are you putting on the table. How many things are you putting on the table? Like you're not only putting on like let's say cup on the table. I'm just putting a cup on the bring bread, bring sugar, bring every single thing, bring everything. Just come as a package. Because I don't know whether you guys really know, but most companies are getting away from agencies, are running away from agencies, and they're now hiring mostly independent consultants. Like, because the companies are not getting value for their money. So they are getting away from agencies and they are looking for now independent consultants, bring them in-house. So you have to be able to, you as yourself, be more of a full package of a sort, to the point like you are a mini agency, like whatever the agents can do, you can do. Like all you need is a platform. You just need somebody to give you a seat or a chair, and then you just, show whatever you have to do. So I think that really exposed me to like a lot of work, to the point that throw me in every situation, I know I'm going to come out of that. When it's in my field, I know we are fixing that regardless. So it also helps you, actually keeps you afloat, the more skill sets you have. Because when you're not doing something, you're doing another thing. When you're not, let's say, for me now, if at all I'm not doing photography, I'm doing videography. If at all I'm not doing videography, I'm editing. If at all I'm not editing, I'm doing design. If at all I'm not design, I'm teaching. I'm not doing that, I'm consulting. Like I'm not doing that, I'm learning other things, like I'm learning how to tailor, how to do small, simple mechanical things, because at the end of the day, you're going to get to the point whereby you need every single penny that walks in, and you can't afford to let out any single coin out, because everything is really tight, and you're forced to learn everything. Not necessarily forced, but the only thing that's going to save you is having a lot of skill sets, guys, like a lot of skill sets. Because I've been to, like, let's say currently now, the jobs that I have now require a lot of, let's say, like a team of, like, let's say like 15, but we execute these jobs when we are like a group of just like 6, and we need like 15 people on set to just execute one job. We need like 15, but me and the team were able to pull the jobs off by 6 teams. How are we able to do that? It's because during my freelancing, I was doing the due diligence. I was equipping myself with more skill sets. Let's say, let me learn how to light. Instead of like hiring a guy who can light, let me teach myself how to light. So now that money isn't going to somebody else, and that money can stay in. So instead of hiring, let's say, an extra photographer or what, I'm like, guys, I think I can really run around this block. Like, I will do that. So which means you're saving more money. So instead of hiring a producer, you're like, you know what, let me produce this thing. Looking for a sound person, like, you know what, I know this thing. Let me do this. Instead of hiring a communications personnel to help you answer your emails, let me do this. I know how to write emails. I can really communicate effectively. I don't need anyone to do that for me. So it keeps you afloat. It keeps you, it keeps you having something on the table to work with as well. So, but as you progress going on in your journey as well, you have to make a lot of friends, guys. Like, make as many friends. And one thing I would say, actually, this thing is, I should say, like, one biggest thing would be, I think for me, the entire topic, let's say how to craft a captivating portfolio, and then how to land dream opportunities. For me, the answer is like actually two. It would be like simple as like learn how to make friends, and learn how to retain friendships. Because I'm going to be honest with you, even up to now, the jobs that I don't have any new clients, by the way. All the clients that I have are coming from my freelance days. 7 years ago, 5, there are people that I call me, Kibazi, do you remember me? I used to stay here. Could you please come through? Help me do this. And I'm like, oh my God, I don't even remember them, but they remember me. So the thing is, natural friendships, guys. Like, for me, every single job that I have, it's friends. It's friends. Hey, Kibazi, do this. Oh, Kibazi, send me your CV. There's this job I would like to, I think you can do better with it. Like, I think you can do better. Send me your portfolio. Or send me your CV. Let me apply it for you. Oh, Kibazi, here is a link. I think check out that, go through that. Every single job that I've had, I'm going to be honest with you, like, I think 95% or 85%, all the jobs that I do, assignments, everything, come from friends. So I know we are in an era of like, cut them off. What? They don't deserve you, cut them. Guys, I think we are too, like, I think we need to be mature enough and like let things go. sometimes you have to let things go and mend friendships, because for me, I can tell you one fresh one, like it's a testimony. I think it's too early to share, but I can share this with you. And there's a friend, we really fall out, not really, okay, we fall out, like, you know, whereby you no longer, you used to be friends, but now you're no longer friends. Fast forward, I think after like 6 months or a year, I'm now working with their mom. Their mom reached out. And if at all I was so much still into my feelings, I'm like, no, I don't care. I would have lost that job or that assignment. It's a good contact, but it's a good logo to work with. It's a good portfolio to work with. It's a good client. So guys, mend friendships as much as you can. For me, I'm going to tell you how to land your dream opportunities. Guys, it's very, I don't want to say it's very easy, but it's in your circles. It's through your circles that you're going to find your dream jobs or your dream opportunities. I'm going to tell you that my employers now, how I found them is even funny. So let me tell you one story. So it's one time, like, a friend calls me, hey, Kibazi, I'm not going to be around. Could you please help me go shoot this thing? I just go, just go. Wake up early in the morning, just show up, shoot. As I'm done packing my things, this young lady comes up. Hey, how are you? I'm like, I'm fine. Do you do photography? I'm like, yes, I do. Could you give me your number? What are your rates? I give them my card. So it's a Monday. They call me on a Friday. Hey, Kibazi, we met at this event. You gave me your card. Are you free on Saturday and Sunday? I'm like, yes. What are your rates? What are your daily rates? It's this, it's X. It's like, hey, that's a bit high. So I go ahead and say, I think I asked her, what's your budget? They told me the budget. One thing I said was, let me come through work for the budget you have, but after, so that you can see what I do and offer. But when you like it, we can revise things. They were like, okay, great. Guys, I showed up on a Saturday and Sunday for the assignment, and I'll be honest with you, the rest has been history. It's been 8 years ever since then. And I think it's the job that one of my employers now, but that's how I met them. So guys, collaborate, keep friends. Like, make sure you make friends. Like, everywhere that you go, make sure at least you know 2, 3, 4 people in a room. For me, it's even funny now that it's very hard for me not to work in any office, and at least I don't know 2 or 3 people. Because as a freelancer, what guarantees your job, like what really guarantees assignments and your existence, is how you do the work you have at hand. It's what really guarantees your next assignment. So the better you do what you have, the better you're going to get more jobs. So this thing of, there's a lot of people who are really I don't want to say unprofessional in a way. And I think I had fallen victim of, like, you get what you pay for, that sort of thing. You get what you pay for. You pay for beans, I can't give you chicken, So until I realized I was doing myself a disservice, because I like what I do, I love what I do. And I realized, you know what, why not? Like, whether it's a big budget or small budget, I'm going to show up and I'm going to give you the best service there is. Like, I'm going to give you the best service. You're going to feel your money's worth, even much more. Because I realized I was doing myself a disservice. So it's like, I don't know whether you guys have ever felt this pain of seeing a certain job or assignment you did, and you wish you could do, you wish you put in more extra hours to that project. It would have been even much better. So to avoid such things, it's best you do every single thing to your best, like everything, like just wake up, show up every single day, be the hardest worker in the room. Guys, most of you haven't seen me work, but I don't see it. Most of you have, but I really work I really work, like, move up and down. I don't even sit. I'm just trying to make things work. I'm here to work. I'm doing everything. And people really notice that. And people want to work with such people. So be the hardest worker. And also another thing, guys, learn the language, like learn the business language, whatever trade, whatever you're trading into, like, learn its language, learn the lingo, learn how to communicate. Because for me, what really actually also gets me into better rooms and better jobs and better assignments and better contacts and better, okay, I call them logos, onto my portfolio, is the fact that I'm able to communicate, I'm able to speak the language they speak. I don't mean let's say English or what. No. I mean I'm able to speak the business language they talk about, like they speak. Because at a certain time, like at a certain point, let's say you're going to be stuck in a place whereby, yes, you have the friends, yes, you've built the connections and the friends, and the friends that one thing the friends can do is to show you the room you're supposed to walk in, and you're supposed to walk in. It's you to walk in through the door. It's only you. It's you with the key to go through the door. And that key is going to be a simple certificate or a simple certificate or a simple document, a simple document that really shows that you're really credible or you really know what you're doing, or a simple certificate. So one thing I would urge for all freelancers out there, guys, learn as much as you can and at least get simple paperwork, at least in like possess some paperwork at least that shows like, you know what, I'm certified to do this. Because trust me, no one wants a self a self what a self-taught doctor to be prescribing medicine to them. No one wants that. Because I do freelancing, it's more of like I'm a self-taught designer, I'm a self-taught web designer, I'm a self-taught graphic designer, I'm a self-taught what, you know. But opportunities are going to come. How you land your dream job is like opportunities finding you ready by having at least a simple document that shows like, you know what, I'm certified to do this. For me, I think another thing that really helps me get some jobs, okay, most jobs, is at least I have a bachelor's degree in like, and I majored into communications. And I did design and communication. So at least I have that. I have a bachelor's that really helps me set me apart from other freelancers who are in the same field as me, because every job application you're going to apply to, it's going to require at least academic qualification in academic qualifications in line to what the job requires. So that really sets you apart. So at least have something. Have something, guys. Yes, you're going to cultivate friendships and all, but friends are going to be able to only put you in a room full of opportunities, and the only thing you have to do is for you to open up and go in. One thing I would say is, one thing I would also hint on is, guys, know your stuff. Know your stuff. Like whatever you do, make sure you're ahead of, like I don't want to say ahead of time, but at least know 150% of what you do to be able to speak at every level. Like be able to see everything through, guys. Be able to see everything through. Be credible enough. Like learn. Because for me, during my freelance journey, like one thing I learned was it was like a journey of learning, trying to figure out who I was, what I want to do, what target audience I want to attract, what type of people I want to work with. Because the journey itself, I worked with a lot of people. Trust me, you don't want to look at my portfolio. It's a lot of things there. Like it's like I'll tell you, I've been all over the country. I've shot with embassies and so me, when it gets to the point of crafting up, let's say my portfolio CV, I've worked at least with 2 government bodies. I've worked with the government of Uganda, 2 ministries, tourism, education. You know, at least you have every sector in the country, like every sector in the country, at least you have 2, 3, 4 accounts you can really show. Like cultivate all those, like any opportunity you get, like just work all out. And later on after the day or early one morning, you just open up your bag and and it's all these assignments you've been doing, it's all these people, it's all these hands you've been shaking, it's all these logos you've been, you know, having or getting or accumulating, whereby now it's easier for you to now craft a better portfolio, because it's captivating. Because first of all, you have their qualifications, you have the bigger bodies like the government, you have every step, like let's say every, like my vocabulary here is really small, but you have everything there is somebody is looking for. Like you have almost everything. So another thing, one thing I would hint on most, like lastly, is guys, friendships. Guys, make friends. As I told you, 95% of my assignments come from my freelancing journey. Most of them come from my freelancing, where I started from. These are people who keep on calling me. So I don't have even new clients. Even the new clients that come on board, these clients I've known for a long time. It's like maybe he was a friend. Now we meet again. Hey, what do you do? I'm into this. Oh wow, like wow, okay, I'll be sending you some clients and they send in clients. So basically on your journey, make friends. Make friends, guys, make friends. All your dream opportunities are in your circle of friends, guys. Your circle of friends. Your circle of friends have the dream jobs you're looking for. It's your circle of friends. Because I know all of us have a rich people kid of a friend whose dad works for the government or whose dad works for what, for a big NGO, for what. And you're here, you're struggling, and you have the skill set whereby their dad will need, or like, you know. So as I just told you, like I have a friend, we fall out, but their mom contacted me. I don't talk to them anymore, but we have that professional sort of like relationship now. Hey, how are you? That's it. So yeah, my mom will be calling you. So he has an assignment. Would like you to execute. I'm like, oh, thank you so much. Guys, it's the friends. One thing for me, it's like that's the gem, like for all this. That's the answer for everything. I can't tell you like organize your portfolio like this, or put this logo here, make sure you have like 3 bodies you worked with, make sure you have references, make sure you have this. That's easy. Like guys, that's easy to put together. You just go like anywhere on the web, like how to craft an amazing portfolio. That's easy. But guys, no one is going to tell you that. You need friends. Yes, you're going to have a better portfolio, but where are you going to take it when you don't have a friend somewhere who is able to tip you off? Hey, Kibazi, at my workplace, they're looking for a consultant. So I think you fit. Bring your CV here are the requirements. Please fill that in. You need friends, guys. You need friends, guys, as much as you can't afford to be. You can't afford to be. What's the word? You can't afford to be like. You can't afford to hold on to things, guys. You have to let go of things. Know self and nurture your friends. For me, as I've told you, like 95%, all the jobs come from friends who have been recommending me, sending me referrals, even if like the work doesn't really work out, they keep on sending me the jobs. So I think I've hinted almost everything. The rest would be maybe being credible, learn how to communicate. I think I'm done, unless you have questions, guys. But I feel everything is covered. Yeah. Over to you, Andrew. So I'll be welcoming questions.
So Chivazi, what I'm going to do?
Yes,
Okay,
please.
Kivazi.
Yes.
I'm going to create a T-shirt, write on the word "make friends"
Yeah.
in fonts.
Yeah.
Then at the back, I'll put your friends and your portfolio and
Yep.
your opportunity.
Thank you so much. That's it.
Yeah. Then they will
That's
deliver
it.
it to you. If people want to buy, the T-shirts are ready.
Thank you so much. We
40K.
can sell some merchandise, actually. Let's sell some merchandise.
So I've put the quote. You can copy and we tweet it.
Yeah, sure.
Status, tweet
Yeah.
everywhere. It's
Yeah, it's your circles that have your dream jobs. It's your circles. So
even
guys, if at all you
send
have
it
a
to
group
me.
of friends and you can't do business with them, guys, you need to change that group. Like you need to change the group of friends. You need to change, guys. To be honest with you, for me, every friend that I have, they recommend me jobs. Every friend that I have. Kibazi, can you do this? Yeah, sure. Let me come through. Every friend. So guys, if at all you have friends you only drink with, guys, you need to like your friend. If at all you're not getting business from them. So guys, that's it. That's the hack.
That's what I was going to say. I was going to say for some people where my friends are Cheva and evening, what are they going to do?
Yeah. Yeah, so over to
Yeah.
you, Andrew. So I'll be welcoming questions. And yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So the quote of the day is in the chat: make friends.
Yeah.
Your friends are your portfolio and opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, there are some questions in the chat. Also, people are raising their hands. But me, on my side, if we get time, I want you to also deal with the technical part of things. I like that you've showed us that the portfolio is not just what you see, but this is where it comes from. It comes from. So if we get time, you could also technical part talk about. I've seen your portfolio on WhatsApp.
Yeah.
It's called, is it Pinterest, wherever.
Yeah.
It was first slide. Yeah, expertise. Anyway, you talked about it. But if we get time.
Oh my God, the network. I can't hear you, Andrew. I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can now. Yes.
Okay. There's a gentleman whose name was whose hand was up. Joshua, you can ask your question.
Thank you so much, Andrew, and Mr. Chivazi for such a presentation.
Yeah.
I love your PowerPoint presentation, its visualization. And of course, my takeaway from I won't differ with Andrew, who said make friends. But I just want, it's not a question, but just want also to supplement on what you just said. Making friends. It's always good to make friends when you also have something you're going to add to the friends, like the value you're adding. From your presentation, I've just noted that you're a person of value, and that's why you're getting so many recommendations and referrals, because you have a skill, you've equipped yourself with such an excellent skill. It shows even with your presentation. They are so unique. You know, you took time to come up with this PowerPoint presentation, and of course all the skills you've honed over time. So as we are making friends, I'll just emphasize that we we equip ourselves with the points, with the nuggets you've shared with us. Okay? We keep learning, you know, as we are making friends. And lastly, I was in the previous, not on this platform, and someone was challenging us, of course, with the same thing, that which networks are you hanging out with? You know, there are very many networks. After finding yourself, which networks are you? Maybe are you in a BNI network? Are you in a Rotary? Are you in a Toastmaster network? Are you, which network are you? You know, my grandfather used to say, even if you're drunk, or hang out with the drunk, so that they know that maybe this one is the one who is going to add value by buying for us something, you know. But the point is, if you're in a business, if you're a freelancer, so you find the person where you can add value. That's what I wanted to add. Thank you so much for your question.
Yes, thank you, Joseph.
Thank you so much.
You were listening, and you also quoted.
Yeah,
if drunkards have their consortiums, how much more a freelancer? Drunkards very friendly, and they get free things, even drinks on me. Anyway, thank you so much, Joshua, for your input. That was very beautiful, and I think Kivazi has challenged all of us. What we came for is not what we received, but
yeah, I remember, because Rachel told me, you need a presentation. I'm like, I've been through the talks and everybody's been hinting on the same things, but I need to tell you guys, like, it's beyond that. Getting a portfolio, having people to work with, it's not that. It's this.
Yeah,
it's this.
That's powerful.
It's the way you work with people. It's the way you speak. It's the way you carry yourself. It's
things, moving, sharing your portfolios, design logos,
Mm.
but you really challenged us, and I can feel the energy that everyone has been challenged. So we have a question in here. Guys, write more questions or raise your hands. Mark says, you talked about, there's another quote which I've written down. Let me first read it for you. So he's reverting to that. You said, in the gig economy, you have to be a complete package. You don't just bring a cup to the table. Bring rice.
Sugar, everything.
You said people are walking away from agencies. They are looking for working agencies, and you talked about how 6 people can do work for 18 people. So this man is asking, what do you think about the common saying that a jack of all trades is always a master of none?
Actually, it's you guys should look it up. It doesn't really end there. It doesn't stop there. There's a continuation to where, like, there's an addition to, I think it's a jack of all trades is a master of none, but what is it? It's, Andrew, you could help me look it up there. Like, it has where it goes, but I think it's best to at least have at least something, like at least a simple skill set, at least learn beyond the basics, at least learn the basics of each trade at least. Yes, it says you're a master of none, but at least you know something. Because trust me, you're going to be, so how are you going to able to, okay, like, okay, challenge this. Okay, it's a good statement, and it's really valid. But currently now you can't really afford to be that. You can't really afford to specialize. You can't afford to. Now we are in a space whereby now you have to have a side hustle on top of a side hustle. That side hustle has to have another side hustle. So you can't afford to specialize in one thing now. One thing you have to at least learn beyond the basics, at least learn at least through the basics of everything, at least through the basics. At least learn through the basics, learn through, at least go through up to the basics of a certain skill set or anything. At least learn the basics of it so that you can be able to operate. Because, guys, one skill set is not enough. It doesn't secure a job, guys. Only one doesn't secure, like, just because you're a good accountant or just because you're a good designer, like, it doesn't secure the job. If at all you can't communicate, like, if at all you can't do PowerPoint presentations or you can't write reports, however much you're good at what you've done, you can't write reports. Who's going to write your report? So you have to learn. You have to invest into learning to do reports. So it doesn't mean that you have to be better, like about, like about laying out and everything. Learn the basics of that at least. Currently, you can't afford to have one. For me, I've been to like most spaces, and you talk to people, and the way now. Okay, let me give you a simple example. Now for me, every single skill set is paid for that I have, that I carry, or that I possess. Despite the fact that now, okay, I have a company that also the company pays for every single skill set that I have. That's how I'm able to have at least some money with me or some float. I'll be, okay, this project requires a producer. I'll be the producer. Okay, producer gets how much a day? The amount X. Okay, I'll be the photographer on that project still. Okay, photographer gets what? This amount. Okay, I'll be the editor still. How much is the editor getting? That. How much the lighting guy gets? This much. So I'm able to walk away home. Despite I own the company, I'm able to walk away with at least some money in my pockets, just because I have enough skill sets. So I'm able to secure some money for entertainment later on, maybe. So you can't afford to just have one skill set. Like, you can't. One skill set, you can't afford now. Currently, in the gig economy you have, you can't afford. Over to you, Andrew.
Yeah. There's a podcast we had where that was the topic, and we dissected it so well. That's one of the things that are very, very close to me when it comes to the reconciliation of specialization and being a generalist. And I think it's hurting many people, especially the creatives.
Yeah.
But maybe to share with you, Palito, using 30 seconds.
Yes.
So the analogy is light for people who studied some physics. What they call focus is when you get so many rays of light and convert them to one, right? That is called focus.
Yeah.
But for this, focus is when you leave everything else and then you start working on one thing, and that is not light. It is in sorry, it's not focus, whether it is in science or elsewhere. So there is things common denominator. Whether he's doing photography, whether he's doing painting, whether he's directing something, it is all art, you know. So at the end of the day, you're actually doing one thing, but it is being converged to one ray of light. So much as I'm doing photography, I'm shooting a video, I'm talking on a podcast, I'm doing all these things. It's one thing at the end of the day, and I think it's to tell people that you do one thing. Maybe where the problem is you are a medical doctor, and then you are also I don't know, like something which is far away from what?
True. Yeah. Far from
away from everything you enter in, you have to diverge and then converge, converge. That's how it works. Okay. Any more questions? Keep them coming. I'm enjoying the conversation. Raise your hand, ask one more question, and then we move. Any questions from the listeners?
Yeah, and another thing, actually, one thing I would like maybe to like really highlight, another one is that, guys, be patient. Like, I know learning your dream jobs and all, but you have to go through the learning cycle and know, because your dream job requires a different you, like it requires a different person, like it requires you, but a more professional version of you. So guys, learn through as you're going through your freelancing journey, as you progress to like your dream jobs and all. Like, just be patient enough, but all in all, just be ready. Like, it has to find you ready. Any opportunity has to find you ready. So there's no way you're going to land $100 million, okay, 100 million job when you can't even handle a 1 million job. So you have to learn how to, like, you go through processes and still you can handle, let's say, resources, finances, and everything you learn. So I'm also still on a journey of learning, because I'm transitioning from not necessarily freelancing. So I'm transitioning into like having a company now where I work with freelancers and all. But be patient enough to enjoy the journey as well. But still don't stay too long on the journey or on the road. Yeah. Over to you, Andrew.
Okay. I really need us to ask a few questions so that we pull information out of Mr. Kivazi. So if you are there, just raise your hand, ask a question, or write in. Please. If you ask a question, I will not just send the T-shirt to Kivazi. You will also be. Yeah, so the T-shirt is available. Guys, ask questions.
Yeah, guys, and I'm available for one-on-ones. If at all you want to meet up, talk about business or freelancing and everything, break down things. Yeah, I'm always, only the weekends are mine. My weekends are mine. Saturdays and Sundays are mine, so I don't really. But in case anyone wants to reach out for strategies and all, like proper one-on-ones.
Yeah, and you also take very good photos. What are they? Professional photos. Me, I'm coming for one, whether it means selling a cow.
Please.
My LinkedIn photo, because the one you took 3 years ago. You know, things change.
I know.
Another one, they come.
Yeah.
Okay.
So another.
Yes, sir. Yes, Chivazi.
Yeah. So as about to, I think there's one part where you hinted about looking at my WhatsApp portfolio. The thing is, guys, be all freelancers. I think you need to be able to be accessible. Be accessible. I know we're in an economy of digital, whereby send me your work, send me this, send me that, send me that. So for me, the strategy is the reason why, like I have a lot of a social media, let's say a WhatsApp business, fully functional with everything that I do, is the fact that I want somebody to reach out to me and they're able to know whether I'm the right fit for the job or not already. So you reaching out to me via WhatsApp, can I see your work? It's a WhatsApp business, you can go through and then see. So it's much easier than sending you a link. Okay, go to my website. The website is now down. It's not loading. I don't have data, such things. So it's much easier. We sort things faster. We go through things faster. That, hey, here is my work. See some of it's presented there. See if at all you like what you see or you would like to hire us. This is what we do, and everything is there. Because one thing, as I told you, this goes back to having friends. That's one decision I made. One decision I made was I realized most of my jobs come through the friends and circles that I have. So I had to make my personal number WhatsApp business, like to be the portal. When somebody hits up, I'm not around. Hey, thank you for contacting Kivazi Craft. Is not around, but take a chance to go through our portfolio or go through our catalog as you wait, as I come. There are even most people that I know, they just, oh wow, this is nice. I went through your WhatsApp portfolio and it's really nice. So I want to be as fast enough. I want decision making to be easier, especially if at all you're freelancer, you need that. At least if at all you have two numbers, at least make one a business account, at least your main one, because that's your main hustle. Let it be seen. Like let it be seen by whoever gets to know you, because you're the working, let's you're the working agency and you're the working agency. Imagine sharing a contact, you're out and then somebody, oh wow, you do these things. Oh, I've been looking for, because I've been to such places whereby, can I have your number? And then I give out my number. I say, hey, wait, you do these things? I'm like, yeah, actually I have a project that's been pending. I've been looking for somebody who can do this. Wow, this is nice. I like something like this. Straight out of there. It's a Saturday and Monday I'm going for a job now. And we met this person on Saturday or Sunday, just hanging out and them knowing, seeing what I do straight out there. So I think that's something to look into, like as a
Ivan,
freelancer.
Ivan has a burning question. Sorry,
Yes,
Ivan, I
please.
had Ivazi finish. Ivan, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you can ask your question.
I don't have a question. I just wanted to supplement, and I appreciate Mr. Kivazi for the insightful sharing. I want to believe that actually what he's sharing does not only apply to
Yeah.
the freelance world, but also
Mm.
applies to the formal employment.
Yeah. True story.
Yeah, and the fact of having multiple skills is, I think some people kind of misunderstood it. It's about having complementary skills
Yeah.
in the area of your work.
Mm.
Because yeah, every job that gets done needs quite a number of people to do it, or quite a number of skill sets to do it. And if you can hone your skills in different areas, then we get the advantage that he's talking about, where he says he's able to save a certain amount of money. So he does a job for 3 people and takes all the money home instead of spending it on other people. And what that helps actually is that you get your work done faster, because you're managing less resources. Instead of managing 15, you're managing less, so you get your work done faster, and that implies that there is a higher turnover.
Yeah.
And even in the formal world, let's say you're in a company and maybe you want to transition from one job to another. What helps you to easily transition is the fact that you have different skill sets. So if for you, an engineer and maybe an electrical engineer, the only thing you know how to do best is electrical engineering. Then when an opportunity arises in another department, let's say in the marketing department, and you don't have good people relationship skills, then another person will take an opportunity before you take it. And I think that is why it's very important to hone skills in different areas. Then you also talked about people being able to learn. There's that thing of continuous learning, where we continuously improve ourselves. So learning has no end. Yes, perfect. Continuous learning and improvement.
Yeah.
And the aspect of professional courses, that is needed in almost every project. Almost every project, and having the right papers, let's call it we call it qualifications. So you have a very good skill set, you can do a good job, but if you don't have the qualification, then the door will not be open to you. So Mr.
Yeah.
Kibazi, thank you so much
Yes.
for the sharing. I
Thank you so
appreciate,
much,
and I
Ivan.
just thought I could supplement.
Thank you
I
so
look
much.
forward to meeting you one of these days.
Please, 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 please,
Yeah.
please, please.
Thank you so much. Nice
Anyway,
evening.
thank you, Ivan, too. Thanks for the insights as well and the supplements. Thank you so much.
Yeah, so people are asking for how they can connect with you.
I'm on. I think my WhatsApp. I think it's the WhatsApp. I think Andrew can share that. That's where I'm really active. Instagram, yes, I don't reply to. Okay, I reply to DMs and yeah, but WhatsApp is the best platform to
Yeah.
reach out to me.
I'm going to share your WhatsApp now.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. There's a comment in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
So Bridget says, one thing I learned from my mentor is if you want to be an employer or a boss, you should diversify your fields, e.g., know about finance, a bit about tech, about procurement, diversify. However, if you're an employee or self-specialize, but upgrade your skill in that area. For example, if you're a designer, learn as many skills. I think this conversation is really, really hot. We should even have, we should continue this conversation. We should have a podcast strictly for this one.
Please, please, please. I'm really, I'm available for the podcast to come through share still, because I feel we haven't tackled anything. There are things that I feel I wouldn't like to open up, because when we start opening up, we might not stop. Honestly speaking, because personal branding, there's no way you can be a freelancer and you don't have a personal brand. Like, what are you known for? Like, that is deep. Like, knowing your style, like the way you speak, the way you present yourself, the way, like, it's a lot of things I like. I just picked a few things here and there just to have, because we have a small window of time. Like, we only had like 2 hours. So yeah, if at all there's any room to come through and shed more light and share more, great. Yeah,
we definitely have to finish what we've started.
Yeah.
I think this is good. Thank you so much, everyone who came. Look, I can't copy and paste on PC. Someone can help. Let me just give me a second. Yeah, so Chibazi's contact is going to be shared in the chat. My WhatsApp desktop can't copy and paste. I don't know why. Yeah, but very interesting. I'm just going to go through some of the things that Kibazi has talked about, and then we close. He talked about volunteering. He has volunteered a lot with NGOs, with community, with embassies. I think that is one of the steps that people skip, and you can't skip it professionally. You have to serve so that you get access to certain places. You also talked about working in the corporate world for some time, where you picked some skills and the work ethic, which is also important. How are you going to freelance and handle corporates if you don't know how they do their thing? Then you talked about having the language, understanding the language of your trade, understand some business language. If you are in the boardroom, don't miss out. Then you talked about diversifying and bringing. I'd never had it. This should also be another T-shirt. Don't just bring a cup to the table. Bring the sugar, the tea, the plates.
Yeah, let's start a hashtag.
Really, be a walking agency.
Yeah.
Then one more. get certifications so that you build trust. That one is also very powerful. And it's better when someone goes to music school because they are a musician, not to go to music school to become a musician. So getting a certification when you are already in the trade, it's the best thing that can happen to you. You being a photographer and then you get a license or a certificate in photography, it will be like drinking water. You will not need to hustle. Then, of course, make friends. That was the highlight of the day. Your friends, your portfolio, and your opportunity.
Yeah.
We are going to put out these quotes. They have to go out indeed for people who missed. And this recording is also going to be added on the playlist that we are filing for the business month. And it's also going to be a full chapter in the Freelance Business Acceleration book. We have a book and then a tips book. All these tips are going to be in the what? In the book. Yeah, with those few words, thank you so much, everyone. See you tomorrow, same time, same. But let me first share something. There's a link to the Freelancers lounge. You know, Kivazi said you need to have a tribe. And then the gentleman who was complimenting said even drunkards have their tribe. How about us? So let me share a link in case you want to join the Freelancers Lounge community. Here is the link. Yes, you come and join us, the drunkards of freelance. Drinks on me. That is it. Thank you so much. See you tomorrow, same time.
Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for having me and everyone.